Have you ever wondered why Japan is home to some of the world's longest living people? Why its cities feel calm and orderly? And why so many of its citizens seem focused, grounded, and quietly disciplined? It isn't genetics. It isn't luck. And it's definitely not because life there is easier. It comes down to habits, tiny habits, actions so small they almost disappear into the background. Yet over time, they change everything. Your health, your mindset, your relationships, and the way you show up in the world. Today, we're exploring 8 Japanese habits that will change you more than you expect. Not through dramatic transformations, but through quiet, consistent choices that compound over years. Let's begin. 1. Kaizen. Kaizen teaches that improvement does not need to be dramatic. It only needs to be consistent. Most people fail because they attempt to change their entire life at once. They chase intensity instead of continuity. But Kaizen is different. It tells you to start so small that your brain does not feel threatened. One tiny step, one tiny correction, one tiny upgrade. This is why Toyota applied Kaizen every day. Workers were encouraged to notice even the smallest inefficiency, a tool placed a little closer, a movement made a little smoother, a task completed a little faster. Over time, these tiny changes created massive improvements. And the same thing happens inside your mind. Each small win gives your brain a gentle release of dopamine. This chemical makes progress feel rewarding. And when progress feels rewarding, you repeat it more easily. Do one push-up, read one page, organize one small space. None of these feel life-changing, but they change your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who shows up, someone who improves, someone who moves forward. And once identity shifts, your entire life follows. 2. Ikigai. A reason worth waking up. For Ikigai is not about chasing a huge dream. It is about finding a reason that gives quiet meaning to your everyday life. People in Okinawa live long not because they avoid stress, but because they wake up with direction. Your Ikigai can be simple. Teaching someone you love, growing a plant you care about, creating something with your hands, helping someone in your family or community. Psychologically, purpose shapes how your brain processes difficulty. When you have a reason, challenges feel smaller, stress feels less threatening, your energy lasts longer, your resilience grows naturally. The Japanese look for Ikigai at the intersection of 4 questions. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you be paid for? But you do not need a perfect answer. You only need a direction. Even a small sense of purpose stabilizes your mind. It organizes your day. It anchors your emotions. It gives meaning to simple routines. Ikigai reminds you that a meaningful life is not built on giant moments. It is built on small moments that feel worth living for. 3. Hara Hachibu. Hara Hachibu is a simple rule. Eat until you are about 80% full. This small habit has helped Okinawans maintain health and longevity for generations. Your brain is slow to respond to fullness signals. It needs time to notice that the stomach is satisfied. If you stop eating the moment you feel full, you have already gone too far. Hara Hachibu teaches you to pause, to slow down, to pay attention to taste, texture, and hunger levels. This prevents overeating without force or restriction. It is not a diet, it is awareness. It is mindfulness applied to food. It is learning the difference between true hunger and automatic eating. Modern life makes this difficult. People eat while scrolling, eating while watching videos, eating while multitasking. This disconnects the mind from the body and makes overeating easier. With Hara Hachibu, you create space between each bite. You breathe, you check in, and you stop when you feel comfortable, not stuffed. This simple practice brings clarity, balance, and energy back into your daily life. 4. Shinrin-yoku, resetting the nervous system. Shinrin-yoku means forest bathing. It is one of the most healing habits in Japanese culture. However, it is not exercise. It is not hiking quickly. It is not trying to reach a destination. It is the act of being in nature without rushing, walking slowly, looking up, listening, breathing deeply. Science shows that exposure to trees lowers cortisol, slows the heart rate, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's natural relaxation mode. Trees release natural compounds called phytoncides. When inhaled, they boost your immune system and calm your stress response. But you do not need a forest. A small park works. A quiet trail works. Even standing under one healthy tree helps. The key is removing distractions. No phone, no earbuds, no goals. Just awareness. Shinrin-yoku resets the mind after long hours of screen time. It reduces mental fatigue, it restores attention and creativity, and it reminds your nervous system how calm is supposed to feel. 5. Wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection. Wabi-sabi teaches that imperfection is not something to hide. It is something to appreciate. This philosophy offers peace in a world obsessed with perfection. Modern life encourages comparison. People compare appearances, comparing achievements, comparing lifestyles, comparing everything. This creates stress, self-criticism, a constant feeling of not being enough. Wabi-sabi breaks that cycle. It invites you to notice the beauty in things that are worn, aged, or incomplete. A chipped cup has history. A weathered wooden table has character. Your scars tell stories of growth, not shame. Psychologically, accepting imperfection softens your inner critic. It reduces social comparison. It calms the fear of judgment. It encourages you to be present. Wabi-sabi does not tell you to stop improving. It tells you to stop suffering in the pursuit of flawless outcomes, to appreciate progress even when it is messy, to appreciate yourself even when you are unfinished. 6. Gaman, quiet strength gaman means enduring hardship with dignity. It does not mean suppressing emotions. It does not mean forcing yourself to pretend everything is fine. It means maintaining self-control even during difficulty. Gaman teaches a balanced kind of strength. You can feel pain. You can feel sadness. You can feel frustration. But you do not let those emotions dictate your behavior. In Western culture, hardship is often broadcast online. People share every struggle, every moment of stress, every emotional wave. Gaman offers a quieter approach. It reminds you that strength can be calm, that you can work through difficulty without amplifying it to the world. Psychologically, this creates resilience. It builds emotional stability. It keeps your identity separate from your struggles. You can acknowledge your feelings without letting them take over. Gaman helps you move forward with steadiness and clarity. In 107, Omoyari, consideration as intelligence. Omoyari means acting with thoughtful consideration for others. Not out of duty, not out of performance, but out of genuine awareness. In Japan, you see omoyari everywhere. People speak softly in public. They clean up after themselves. They stand in lines with patience. They avoid disturbing others. These small gestures create harmony. They strengthen community trust. They reduce social tension. On a psychological level, caring for others lowers personal anxiety. Your focus shifts outward. Your perspective expands. Your sense of belonging increases. Omoyari is not about pleasing everyone. It is about recognizing your impact. Your actions ripple outward. Your habits influence the spaces you occupy. This awareness makes life smoother for everyone, including yourself. 8. Kintsugi, turning breaks into strength. Kintsugi is the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. Instead of hiding the cracks, it highlights them. The object becomes more valuable because of its history. This philosophy applies beautifully to life. Everyone experiences moments that break them. Loss, failure, disappointment, pain. But these moments do not reduce your worth. They shape your character. They deepen your understanding. They teach you resilience. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth. It means you can emerge stronger than before the hardship. Your cracks become a map of where you have been and how far you have come. Kintsugi encourages you to honor your healing process, to allow time, to mend slowly, to understand that transformation is not about erasing the past, but integrating it with wisdom. Why these habits work together? When you look closer, these 8 habits share the same foundation. They promote mindfulness. They encourage moderation. They build meaning. They work quietly because they do not demand dramatic effort. They do not fight your psychology. They fit naturally into the rhythm of daily life. Tiny habits work because they avoid resistance. They grow beneath the surface. They reshape your mindset gradually. They influence how you eat, think, act, recover, and relate to others. When practiced together, they create a lifestyle that feels grounded, calm, sustainable, and intentional. How to start? Simplicity first. Do not adopt all 8 habits at once. That defeats the purpose. Transformation begins with the smallest possible step. Choose one habit, kaizen or harahachibu, or a short walk with no phone, or pausing before reacting. Start small, end small, repeat tomorrow, and again the next day. Your brain adapts to gentle consistency, and consistency builds identity. Once one habit becomes natural, add another. Let each habit layer itself slowly into your life. In time, the change becomes visible, effortless, and deeply rooted. These Japanese habits will change you more than you expect, not because they're dramatic, but because they're sustainable. A calm life isn't accidental. A meaningful life isn't accidental. A fulfilling life isn't accidental. They're created one tiny decision at a time. If this has changed the way you think about habits, subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments section.